I need you calm. Okay, no matter what happens, you gotta stay calm.
I told you I don't know these movies. I don't ask me about something I do know. Ask me about It Follows. Ask me about Hereditary. Ask me about The Witch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Why We Love Horror Trivia. It is Friday night. You know what time it is. We are getting into the singles tournament. We're well underway. Plenty of matches. You saw some 2 weeks ago, some last week. And we're moving forward to another week of the first round of the Why We Love Horror Trivia Singles Championship. And unlike other leagues, I'm not bragging, but you know, a lot of ladies play in this league. It's not like other leagues where it's just 32 dudes fighting it out. I have so many women that compete in my league. I can actually have them play each other, and it doesn't feel weird. And that's what we're doing tonight. It is the number 12 seed, Caia Rodgers, taking on the number 5 seed, Abby Brooks. And we'll bring in the lower seed right now. Hot off her debut victory. Caia, you're coming in with some momentum. You beat Russ, who is a veteran of the game, but you did very well, handled yourself very well. How are you feeling going into this tournament?
I'll admit I'm getting nervous, but it should be exciting. So I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, is there anything you're hoping to spin, looking forward to answer questions about?
I think my go-to is the Scream franchise, so I'm kind of hoping for that, but I'll just take whatever the cards are going to deal me.
Sounds good to me. Your opponent, familiar face on this channel. I know she's going to be nervous if I say that she's not the underdog, but it doesn't matter. Abby Brooks, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay. Yeah, I'm excited about this match, though, because I love that there's 2 new ladies that are doing really well in the league so far, so I think this should be really fun.
I think so, too. So I know you study hard. Like, you study hard as the hardest studier. So what can we expect from you this evening?
No, I don't know. I didn't study that hard this time. I've got a lot going on. But there is a category that I think I would like, and it's probably not one that you would think.
All right. Well, hopefully, don't tell us.
No.
Maybe we'll spin it, but we'll get right into the action here. Round 1, as everybody knows and loves, in singles competition is our speed round. So Caia gave me 4 categories, and Abby gave me 4 categories, and I wrote 8 questions. They'll number their boards or papers 1 through 8. And then I'll ask a question, 10 seconds will pass, I'll ask a question, so on and so forth, till I've asked all 8 questions. Then when time is up, they can turn their boards or papers around, show me their answers, read off their answers, we'll tally how many points they get, 1 point for each correct answer. If they get all 8 questions correct, there's a 9th bonus question, and for the duration of the match, both players have 3 repeats in a challenge. In round 1, as time is running out, if you want to use one of those repeats, you can. And then I'll give me the ability to read the questions again if you want, however many questions you want. And then once I've read all the questions you want me to, there's 20 seconds at the end of that to clean up your board. All right, so unless we have any questions, we can get started with the first question of round 1. Anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay, your first question comes in the category of recent releases. What horror recent release features supporting performers Gina Gershon, Rick Hoffman, and Patrick Dempsey? And your second question is in the Scream franchise. What actress plays the dramatized version of Casey Becker we see in the original Stab in Scream 2? I'm using some license putting dramatized in there, but I didn't know what else to write for that. Your third question comes in the Paranormal Activity franchise. In order to get a better view of the room, what does Dennis hook his camera up to in Paranormal Activity 3? The fourth question in the general category of zombie movies, what rank is Henry Rhodes, the head of the military stationed at the bunker in Day of the Dead? Moving on to A24, simply, who directed Under the Skin? And moving on to the movies with Vera Farmiga in them. What year saw the release of Joshua? And now we'll go over to Mike Flanagan directed. In Before I Wake, what item that belonged to Cody's biological mother was shaped like a butterfly? And your final question will be in slashers. The opening scene of Terrifier takes place in what type of location? And chances a repeat will expire in 5, 4.
I would
3.
like time. I don't
You
need it
want-
repeated.
You just want 20 seconds? You got it.
Yeah.
From here.
Yeah.
20 seconds from here. Yeah, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We will put this away. We'll put our pens down. And we'll start with Caia. What are your answers?
All right. Number 1, I have Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Number 2, I actually blanked on. Number 3, shelf. Number 4, major. Number 5, I don't know. Number 6, I want to say 2007.
Okay.
Number 7, I'm taking a guess, brooch. And number 8, I'm taking a guess, tent.
Okay. And Abby.
Number 1, I put Thanksgiving. Number 2, Heather Graham. 3, isn't it like a moving fan? 4, Captain. 5, I forget. 6, 2005. 7, a hair clip. And 8, a pizza shop.
Okay. At the end of round 1, I have Abby in the lead 4-2. The answers are that movie that stars those 3 people is Thanksgiving. You both got that right. Heather Graham plays Casey, and he does hook it up to an oscillating fan so that it goes back and forth across the room. That's correct. It is Captain Rhodes in Day of the Dead. Jonathan Glazer of The Zone of Interest directed Under the Skin. Joshua was released in 2007. Cody's mom had a pillow shaped like a butterfly. And the opening scene of Terrifier takes place in a television studio where they're interviewing the woman who survived. Okay. That being said, we're going to go on to round number 2, and that goes a little something like this. All 8 of those categories we just had in round 1, they're on a wheel now, along with an opponent's choice wedge and a spinner's choice wedge. Abby's in the lead. She can choose whether she wants to spin first or let Caia spin first. Whoever spins. They might like that category. If they like that category, they can take it. They'll get 5 multiple choice. 5 questions worth 2 points. If they don't know the answer, they can check down the multiple choice. Question then becomes worth 1 point. And if they don't like the category at all, they can even respin. The second thing they land on, they have to take. But be careful. If you get any questions wrong, your opponent can steal for the current point value of the question. So we'll bring that wheel in. We'll cover what's on the wheel right now. On the wheel today, we got recent releases, the Scream franchise, the Paranormal Activity franchise, zombie movies, A24, WillFromYMB, Mike Flanagan, and slashers. Abby, do you want to go first, or do you want to let Caia go first?
I will go first.
You're going to go first? Okay. Here is your first spin. And you get zombie movies. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I will spin again.
All right. And it lands on recent releases. All right, let me put this backstage. And I will ask you your recent release. Ready?
All right.
Here is your first question. It is heavily implied that what other 100 Acres Wood character was killed and eaten prior to the events of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Was it Eeyore?
It is Eeyore, and they kept his tail and nailed it to a tree. Your second question. What is the profession of both Heather Graham and Barbara Crampton's characters in Suitable Flesh?
They're therapists.
That is correct. Your third question. Who plays medium Joyce Reynolds in A Haunting in Venice?
Michelle Yeoh.
That is correct. for 2 points. Your fourth question. What sport did Bobby play when he was in high school in Thanksgiving?
Baseball.
Correct again. And your final question in the category. Robert Morgan made his full-length directorial debut with what 2024 film?
Multiple choice.
A, stop motion. B, night swim. C, tarot. Or D, imaginary.
Stop motion.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. So getting all the questions in that category correct, and we'll bring the wheel back in for Caia. Here's your first spin.
Okay.
And you also get zombie movies. Do you want to take that or spin again?
Spin again.
All right. Here is your second spin that you must take. And you get our Lord and Savior, Michael Flanagan. So we'll just drop the stage. And we'll bring in these Mike Flanagan questions. You ready for your first Mike Flanagan question?
All right.
All right. Your first question. What's the name of the little girl who's abducted at the start of the film in Dr. Sleep?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Is it A, Iris, B, Poppy, C, Lily, or D, Violet?
Okay. I want to say C, Lily.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal. Abby, is it A, Iris, B, Poppy, C, Lily, or D, Violet?
It's Violet.
Violet is correct. Your second question. Who plays the older version of Paulina in Ouija, Origin of Evil?
Multiple choice, please.
Sure. Is it A, Lynn Shay, B, Owen Ferrier, C, Barbara Crampton, or D, Stella Gunay?
I'm gonna go C.
C is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal again. Abby, is it A, Lynn Shay, B, Owen Ferrier, C, Barbara Crampton, or D, Stella Gunay?
Is it B?
She is in everything, but that's unfortunately also incorrect. It's Lynn Shay. Lynn Shay is the older.
No. Forgot about that.
I can't hit either of those guesses. Your third question in Mike Flanagan. What room of the house is the titular object in when Tim and Kaylee are kids in Oculus?
It was their dad's office, wasn't it?
That is correct for 2 points. Your fourth question. When we first see Maddie in Hush, what is she doing?
Multiple choice, please.
A, cooking, B, jogging, C, gardening, or D, reading?
I want to say B.
B is incorrect. Chance for a 1 point steal. Abby, is it A, cooking, B, jogging, C, gardening, or D, reading?
Cooking.
She is cooking. I don't know what she's cooking, like rack of lamb or something.
Yeah.
So here's where we stand. Caia, you need to hit this question for any point value to prevent the match from ending. So here is your question in Mike Flanagan. In absentia, what does Callie give Trisha as a gift for her baby when she comes to stay with her?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Is it A, a mobile, B, a book, C, a teddy bear, or D, a rattle?
I want to say D, rattle.
That is incorrect. So unfortunately, and your winner,
Yeah.
Abby Brooks. She gives a copy of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. It's a book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually haven't seen that one, so that's going to be on my list.
I think you're in the majority.
I'm putting a bunch of
drop
things on my list.
Let me drop Abby back quick. We'll bring her back in a second. Let's talk to Caia. So, like I said, you did have an excellent first match against Russ, and this time looks like things just kind of stacked against you. Maybe not so familiar with Mike Flanagan.
No. Yeah, I'll admit I am not as familiar with Mike Flanagan. I'm actually going to have to change that, but it's good to see what I need to watch versus what I've already watched. So, I mean, it's a win either way. It's, you know, you learn what you need to work, improve with, and you move on.
Yeah, well, that being said, we'll go through the tournament and we'll get you back in the rotation right afterwards. Is there anybody you're looking to play who you haven't played yet?
I'd like to play Rose and Brandon.
Okay, I think we can probably make that happen. I think I can definitely make you versus Rose happen. I think you guys have the same record. So I think I'm going to book that just to have you guys yelling at each other from across the apartment.
That would actually be funny.
I can make that happen. So we'll see you. We'll see you for that match shortly. Okay.
Yeah, but Abby, you did great. I look forward to seeing how you do.
All right. Here, let's see what she has to say though. Today's winner, Abby. I think there's another dude that plays in this league that told me you were going to do good. I won't mention his name. But how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm happy to be moving on. I mean, this was still just a fun match. I wanted Scream. I will say that's the category that I wanted because I studied very hard for it and only had to answer one Scream question tonight, which is sad. But yeah, no, Caia is really, really good. I watched her first match and she did great. So, I mean, if this can get her to watch Mike Flanagan movies because he's the best, then let that be that.
It's definitely Life of Chuck is going to be unreal. I know I'm calling it. But that being said, you did win your match in the quarterfinals. You will face Luis Boos.
Oh, great!
How do you feel about that?
I think that'll be fun. I think that'll be a fun match. I'll have a glass of wine for it, maybe a beer. I think that'll be fun.
I believe he's afraid, so I will. I'll just say that right now. He's definitely afraid. No. With that being said, we'll drop you back, and I will throw this over to our intermission right now.
Hello, and thank you for your business. Why not stop by our refreshment stand? We have all kinds of special treats, but don't take my word for it. Take it away, fellas!
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a time. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Popcorn for all, hell's on its way. Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
2 minutes till showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand.
Come on, take a stroll to the snack bar, have a good time. Come on, take stroll to the snack bar, have a good time.
And we're back from intermission. This is your main event of the evening. I'm sure both these guys, like, what the hell, I'm in the main event? But yeah, it's the main event just because I said so. So let's get right down to it. We got our number 11 seed versus our number 6 seed. This man won a 4-way match to even play in this tournament. He's very happy to be here. Henry Confidential, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good. Definitely had an interesting week. So Will picked a few things that I'm not as familiar with, so I had to watch some stuff. And did I love it? Did I hate it? Did I retain any of it? We'll see. I'm wearing a dope Ghostface match, shirt, even though there's no Scream in this match. But overall, it's going to be fun.
Scream parodies in this match.
Maybe that's what I was going for.
There you go. All right, let's bring in your opponent. He doesn't believe it. No one believes it. Not trying to jinx him. The undefeated juggernaut of Why We Love Horror Trivia. The virtuoso Will Cohen. How you feel today, Will?
I don't know what to feel. If we're being completely honest, like my first match, I wanted to call a fluke. I really did, because there's no way in hell I should have had any kind of wins in my absolute debut. But then going up against someone like Antonio Chavez, who is known to be a good competitor, known to be a good studier, known to be all sorts of things, and somehow I TKO him. I don't know how the fuck I managed that one. And so, sure, undefeated. I don't know what to think about all of this. Henry's a good competitor. Luckily, I didn't have the same experience he did. He gave me a bunch of stuff that I was actually pretty damn familiar with and had to do very little rewatches on. So, did I retain any of the stuff? Did I retain any of the stuff that I watched for my own strength? Who the fuck knows? What I do know is that this is going to be a really fun match, and we should just get this going.
Let's get it going then. The way we start, 3 rounds of horror trivia. Your round 1, as usual in singles, is the speed round. Will gave me 4 categories. Henry gave me 4 categories, and I wrote 8 questions. I'll ask them one at a time, 10 seconds between questions until I've asked all 8 questions. In the event a competitor gets all 8 questions correct, there's a 9th bonus question. At the end of the round, the competitors will turn their boards around. They'll read off all their answers, and we'll check them all. For the duration of the round and the entire match, actually, 3 repeats in a challenge. In round 1, if you want to use a repeat, you use it at the very end of the round, and I'll repeat as many questions as you need, and then I'll give you 20 seconds to clean up your board. Boards should be numbered 1 through 8, and we'll start with question number 1, which comes in the Scary Movie franchise. Carmen Electra appears in how many movies in the Scary Movie franchise? And then the other franchise is next, Saw. In Saw 4, the first person Rig encounters during his tests is hooked up to a trap that is slowly detaching what specific part of her body? Moving on to a man that's written more than you realize, Christopher Landon. What's the name of the college in the Happy Death Day series?
Oh, no.
They only show it about 200 times. Moving on to another director, M. Night Shyamalan. Who plays Alma, Elliot's wife, in The Happening? Another general question in literary adaptations. Who directed American Psycho? Moving on to a new category we've just got, crime horror. What does Jessie, the woman Kurt becomes obsessed with, do for a living in Spree? In the 1990s, what specific job does Sasha, Tara Reid's character, have on campus in Urban Legend? Didn't mean to put 2 job questions back to back, but this is not really a job. And your final question, in movie release dates, what year saw the release of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Pumpkinhead, and The Serpent and the Rainbow? All 3 of those came out in the same year. And your chance to use a repeat will expire in 5, 4,
I use a
3.
repeat.
All right. Which ones you need repeated?
3 and 7.
3 and 7. 3 is what's the name of the college in the Happy Death Day series in the Christopher Landon's category? And in 7, the 1990s, what specific job does Sasha, Tara Reid's character, have on campus in Urban Legend? 20 seconds from here. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Will. What are your answers, Will?
Okay. So 1, I put 3. 2, I put Jaw. 3, I completely blanked, so I said Appaloosa because no blank boards. 4, I said Zoe Deschanel. 5, I said Patty Jenkins because I know I should learn that. 6, I guess Barista. 7, I said talk show radio host. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. And 8, I said 1986.
And Henry.
1, I said 3. 2, I said Hair. 3, nothing. 4, Zoe Deschanel. 5, Mary Herron. 6, Waitress. 7, Counselor. And 8, 1988.
All right. At the end of round 1, I have Henry in the lead 4-2. The questions: Carmen Electra's in 2 scary movies, 1 and 4 on my count. In Saw 4, I'm going to give Henry the answer. Her scalp's getting ripped off, but that's her hair, so scalp is fine. Scalp hair. Name of the college in Happy Death Day is Bayfield University. The Bayfield Babies. Both you got Zoe Deschanel plays Alma. Mary Herron directed American Psycho. Jesse's a stand-up comedian in Spree. The Sasha's character, she is a radio DJ, radio talk show host, I'll accept. And 1988 was the year those 3 movies were released. Okay. That being said, we're going to move on to round number 2. And round 2 is the wheel round. All 8 of those categories are now on a wheel. Henry's in the lead. He'll choose whether he wants to spin first or defer to Will. You spin the wheel. If you like what you get, you can keep it. If you don't like it, you can spin again. You have to keep what you get in the second spin. If you do that, whatever you land on, whether you keep your first category or spin to a second category, you're going to get 5 2-point questions in that category. If you don't know the answer right away, you can check down and get multiple choice answers for every question. That question then becomes worth 1 point. But be careful, because if you get the question wrong at any point, your opponent can steal. Let's bring that wheel in. Henry, the categories we got: scary movie franchise, Saw franchise, Christopher Landon written or directed, M. Night Shyamalan directed, literary adaptations, crime horror, 1990s, and movie release dates. Do you want to spin first or defer?
I'll let Will go first.
All right, well, here's your first spin. And you get the scary movie franchise. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
Yeah, let's keep it.
Okay, let's put that wheel backstage. And let's go into these scary movie questions. Your first question. What type of food are Shorty, Dwight, and Hanson touching when they yell out, "My germs" in Scary Movie 2?
It's a pie.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays the village idiot Ezekiel in Scary Movie 4?
Chris Elliott.
That's correct for 2 points. Didn't mean to have Chris Elliott questions back to back, but you know, whatever. Your third question. The last person to commandeer Ross's teleprompter in Scary Movie 3 has what profession?
He's a janitor.
For 2 more points. Your fourth question. What is Drew armed with when she knocks out the trick-or-treaters at her door in Scary Movie?
I know she grabs from the table, but I'm going to go multiple choice just to be on the safe side.
All right. A, a baseball bat. B, a frying pan. C, a golf club. Or D, a cane.
Good thing I didn't say what I was going to say. Baseball bat?
For 1 point, that's correct. It's funny because then she closes the door and the baseball bat just disappears, and there's the table with the banana and all that shit on it. And the
right.
But yeah, she does knock out those kids with the baseball bat. And your final question, very simply, who directed Scary Movie 5?
Oh, shit. I better go multiple.
All right. Is it A, David Zucker, B, Jim Abrams, C, Pat Croft, or D, Malcolm D. Lee?
I believe it is Malcolm D. Lee.
And for one more point, that is correct. That brings your score up to 10. Put this back. We'll bring the wheel back in for Henry. Henry, here's your first spin. You land on opponent's choice. Well, do you need to hear these categories again?
Yeah, let's take a gander.
All right, you got Saw, Christopher Landon, M. Night Shyamalan, literary adaptations, crime horror, the 1990s, or movie release dates.
I think I'm going to go with my gut and say literary adaptations, please.
Literary adaptation. All right, put this wheel away for good then.
What score?
10-4.
10-4. And we're talking about literary adaptations. Your first question in literary adaptations. Who directed Hannibal?
Ridley Scott.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. What type of company does Drogon own in Tales from the Dark Side of the Movie segment, The Cat from Hell?
Multiple choice, please.
All right. Is it A, automobile manufacturer, B, food and beverages, C, pharmaceuticals, or D, stocks?
Can I have a full repeat and then see the options again?
Sure. That's your second repeat. What type of company does Drogon own in the Tales from the Dark Side of the Movie segment, The Cat from Hell? Is it A, automobile manufacturing, B, food and beverage, C, pharmaceutical, or D, stocks?
A.
A is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal wheel. Is it A, automobile manufacturer, B, food and beverages, C, pharmaceuticals, or D, stocks?
Food and beverage.
That is also incorrect. He owns a pharmaceutical company, which they tested the drugs on all the cats.
Okay.
Killed 10,000 cats, which is why that cat comes back to kill him.
Fair.
All
That's fair.
Maybe it was a stray cat in the automobile area, so that was my logic.
Your third question. The abusive event from her childhood that Jessie remembers in Gerald's game took place during what natural event?
An eclipse.
For 2 points, that is correct. Your fourth question. Who plays Katie Embry, the girl we see die at the beginning of The Ring?
Multiple choice. Someone I should know.
Is it A, Maggie Grace, B, Felicity Jones, C, Amber Tamblyn, or D, Lily Sobieski?
B.
B is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal wheel. Is it A, Maggie Grace, B, Felicity Jones, C, Amber Tamblyn, or D, Lily Sobieski?
I know who it's not. I remember seeing the name in the credits at one point. I think it's Amber Tamblyn.
That is correct for 1 point.
Okay.
Is Felicity in that, or is that she look like her?
I just picked 4 actresses that were born in 1983.
Okay, maybe she just looks like her.
So that's usually how I do it. It's like, she's this age. I need 3 girls that are the same age.
No, I respect that.
Yeah. And your final question. What monster or monsters are revealed not to have been trapped back in their book at the end of Goosebumps?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, the invisible boy, B, the haunted car, C, Slappy the dummy, or D, the lawn gnomes?
Slappy.
That's incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal wheel. Is it A, the invisible boy, B, the haunted car, C, Slappy the dummy, or D, the lawn gnomes?
It feels obvious not to go with that. I'm going to go with the invisible boy.
Yeah, they couldn't find him. That's correct. It is the invisible boy. All right, so at the end of round 2, I have Will in the lead 12-8, and we're going to go on to round number 3. Put that away. We will bring up the card. This is everyone's favorite round, the Wheel of Synopses. Henry gave me 2 general categories. Will gave me 2 general categories, and I randomly spun my Wheel of Synopses for a 5th category. They're on a wheel. Each competitor will spin the wheel 3 times. We'll decide the order that we spin in to spin a 2-point, a 3-point, and a 5-point question. I'll read the synopsis of the movie. They tell me the movie. This will continue until either I run out of questions or somebody is mathematically eliminated. They bring the wheel in. Categories on the wheel today: 2000s, 2020s, found footage, literary adaptations, and vampires and werewolves. Will, do you want to spin your categories first or let Henry spin his first?
Fuck it, I'll spin mine first.
All right, your 2-point is in the 2020s. Do you want to keep that?
Yeah, let's take it for 2.
Your 3-point. 2000. Do you want to keep that?
Yeah.
And your 5-pointer with 1 respin remaining. Literary adaptations. Do you want to keep that?
My gut is telling me to keep it.
All right. Henry, your 2-pointer. With the 2000. Do you want to keep that?
Sure.
All right. Your 3-pointer is literary adaptations. Do you want to keep that or spin it?
I did decent in it, so I guess I'll stick with it.
All right. And your 5-pointer is in the 2000s. Do you want to keep that?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. No respins, no spinner's choices. A very clean spin for everybody. Good job, guys. We're going to do some stuff. Henry, we'll start with you.
Whoa.
Your 2-pointer comes in the 2000s.
He said do some stuff to me.
Here you go.
And I'm watching.
A freak storm unleashes a species of bloodthirsty creatures on a small town where a small band of citizens hole up in a supermarket to fight for their lives. Name that movie.
The Mist.
That is Aaron J's favorite movie, The Mist.
I don't think he would agree with you.
Well, I'm just speaking for him. He's not here to defend himself. We're going to literary adaptations for 3. Here it is. A single mother in Los Angeles is continually and viciously tormented by an invisible being inside of her home. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3.
Hollow Man.
That is incorrect. That is, I think, 1982's The Entity with Barbara Hershey. So here's where we stand. Score is currently Will has 12, Henry has 10. We're going to go to Henry's 5-pointer in the 2000s, which he has to hit to knock it back over to Will. We're back in the 2000s. Here we go. You have 1 repeat remaining. 2 high school boys discover an imprisoned woman in an abandoned mental asylum who cannot die. Name that movie. Five, 4, 3.
Extension.
2. There you go. I'll read it again just for time. 2 high school boys discover an imprisoned woman in an abandoned mental hospital who cannot die. Name that.
And this is 2000s, right?
Yep. Five, 4, 3, 2.
Case 39.
And your winner, Will Cohen. That is Dead Girl. Dead Girl. Is that not really a movie you would seek out unless you want to see gross shit. Anyhow, with that being said, I'm going to put Will backstage, talk to Henry for a second. Henry, I think it was just opponent's choice that kind of did you in there. The wheel's a bitch. How you feel?
Yeah, I mean, for a broad category that obviously is not really studyable, you know what I mean? It's you either know, if you're a horror fan, you know it, or you know some stuff and you don't. And clearly half, I did half. So yeah, it was just one of those where That's how it went. And then he got his strength. So it's just, as the wheel goes, as a person who literally doesn't do opponent choice, that's why, because it's just less entertaining for the people. But, that's the game, and, no complaints. Will played fantastic. Obviously came back in this is my best round one, which is sad because it was still only 4. But, it got squandered in round 2. And then round 3, I'll never be good at that. So that's just how it goes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, we won't see until the tournament is over. We might see in teams before the tournament is over. Is there anybody you're still looking to play in the league that you haven't faced yet?
I got to play Antonio again so I can get payback because I took it easy on him the first time and it literally backfired so hardcore. So I have to hurt his feelings now.
All right. I think we could probably make that happen. So I might book that. I might book some revenge matches just to entertain the people. All right, Henry, we'll see you soon. I'm going to bring in today's winner. Will, you're still undefeated, man. I know you hate to hear it. 3-0 on the year here in the league. Moving on to round number 2. You're going to face the winner of Hunter Chambliss and Eric Ibarra Moreno, the notable prick. Who are you looking to face and how are you feeling?
I mean, I have faced both of them before in other facets of trivia, but I've never faced them in their bread and butter, which is horror. So if I can, if I can eke out the win there, then maybe I'll start telling myself I'm good at this.
Okay.
But that being said, Henry is a good player. He knows the strengths really well. He clearly knows like general horror stuff a little bit more than I do because like I only got 2, he got 4, so I had to battle my ass all the way back.
Are we going to expect to see scary movie all the time now out of you?
I don't know because the one thing I kind of pride myself on being is a little unpredictable. So I don't know if you're going to see that or not, or if I decide to be basic and do it. I don't know yet. Jury's still out. It really kind of depends on who I face the next round. Because I think one of those players would actually do pretty well in Scary Movie. One of them would probably call me to find out what my address is to actually see if they can FedEx a flaming bag of dog shit. So we'll see. But as always, it's always great to be over here competing in general. Let's just see what this crazy train absolutely just rides.
All right. Well, that means I'll put you backstage. We'll close this one out. Will joining an illustrious group of people like Luis Boos, Dylan Van Thine, Shannon Briggs, all people that just went undefeated 3-0. So Will Cohen on the horror trivia Mount Rushmore at present. But that's the end of the show for today. I'm John Moore. This has been Why We Love Horror Trivia. Remember, every Monday we got verses. Every Thursday we got Why We Love Horror and horror headlines. And every Friday you're going to get a double dose of Why We Love Horror Trivia. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Go to the TikTok, go to the Facebook, go to my Letterboxd. There's so much great stuff for you. Why aren't you subscribed yet?
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you!